Thank you. Mr. Downs, you're now recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Chairman Rowe, Ranking Member Waltz, and other distinguished members of the Veterans Affairs Committee for this opportunity to speak with you today, to tell you my story, and to bear witness for a powerful technique for healing and wellness, transcendental meditation. My name is Paul Downs, and I served 11 years in the United States Marine Corps as an infantryman. I was deployed a number of times. When I left the Marines, I realized that I would be closer to my young children, but what I didn't realize was just how much my identity as a Marine meant to me. When I left the Corps, I lost my tribe, I lost my sense of self, and I lost all that I knew to be true. I lost my sense of forward momentum, purpose, and connection. What caught up with me weren't just the nightmares relating to my deployments. It was all the traumas that I carried into the Marine Corps. Like many of my brothers and sisters, my first experience with combat wasn't Karma or Fallujah. It was the hallways of my own house as a child. A place that should have been safe, but was instead an active war zone. The Marine Corps, in actuality, saved my life for a time. When my service was done, I sought help from the VA. I saw guidance and direction and connection. And instead, I got apathy, diagnoses, and denials. So I quit trying. Why would I add that level of stress to the struggle that I was already neck deep in? I suffered from post-traumatic stress, and to many outside observers might have seemed like an angry, disgruntled veteran. The fear and sadness was drowning me, and after a few months of putting away the uniform, I developed a pretty detailed plan for suicide. I was about as close as you could come to becoming a statistic. I was sitting in my truck, ready to proceed with the plan, and a thought hit me that to die by my own hand is not my birthright. This is not it, and this is not to be my end. It can't be, and it is not the way of the warrior. Warriors have a deep appreciation for life and are not victims of circumstance. I called the executive director of Boulder Crest Retreat, and I said, I need something new in order to live, because if I don't, I'm certain to die. That something was the Warrior Path program. It's an immersive program where veterans rely on the support, the company, and the experience of our peers. The program was created by combat veterans for combat veterans. And during the program, many modalities allowed me to face my deep struggle and grow to profound strength. I was able to claim a new and positive diagnosis of post-traumatic growth. The modality that most made this change possible was transcendental meditation. It's a simple-to-learn, easy technique taught by a fellow combat veteran. I took comfort in knowing how evidence-based TM is, and I could cite all the research that demonstrates its promise and its power, 340 peer-reviewed studies, National Institute of Health research showing substantial reductions in heart disease, massive decrease in symptoms of post-traumatic stress, depression, and insomnia, but I'm not a public health expert, so I'd rather just tell you how it helped me. After just a few weeks of practicing this meditation for 20 minutes twice a day, I felt less anxious, less angry, more focused, more energized, more directed. I'd found purpose again. I gained a connection to self that I didn't have before. I had severed it in order to survive. And surviving wasn't my birthright anymore, thriving was. I found peace with my past, and I realized who I am, and there's no pill for that. Because of that connection to self, I now find myself as a Warrior Path guide at Boulder Crest Retreat. I get to walk with my brothers and sisters on their path from struggle to strength. There were many activities that we engaged in at the retreat, but many of them don't apply to everyday post-retreat life. TM is different. I can meditate on an airplane. I can meditate in traffic. I don't close my eyes, but I do use the mantra. And that's why TM is so pivotal. You can take it anywhere. And it can be done at any time. And perhaps that's why it has so many other applications, such as classrooms filled with at-risk children, or for women and children dealing with the after effects of intimate partner violence. What I've come to realize is that I needed this training to learn how to regulate so I could be as calm, cool, and collected at home as I was on the battlefield. We have to be trained to be present and connected, and it's hard to believe that 20 minutes twice a day is exactly what we require. But it is. It worked for me and for thousands of my brothers and sisters. It's given me the opportunity not just to survive, but to thrive. and to live a life that's truly full of purpose, meaning, connection, and service. And for that, I want to thank the David Lynch Foundation and their outstanding Operation Warrior Wellness Division, which makes TM available to veterans overcoming post-traumatic stress and the families who support them. They gave me a gift that changed my life, the lives of my family, and the lives of everyone I come into contact with. I'm grateful that they have also been there for many others. And in 2016 alone, veterans in active duty military from 38 states have learned TM from specially trained teachers and get to experience its impact. As you reflect on the changes that are needed in the VA, I would ask that you provide more platforms for the voices of others like me, voices that often get lost in our decisions to find solutions. Those who have been there and done that on the battlefield and in the depths of despair. The one thing that will never change is that we veterans know what one another need. Thank you for your time and attention and for the honor of addressing you today.
Thank you, Mr. Downs. I may have to have you teach me that before my next town hall that I do. Dr. Cutler, you're recognized for 5 minutes.